How was that? How was that opening up today? Soft opening, right?
Technically, well, not technically, I guess. I'm a part of a community called Safe House.
Yeah, I want to get into that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's right down the street over by the Frost Bank Center. So it's like I guess like a group like 30 or 40 of us right now. So we just wanted to open up to them first and let them be the first ones to kind of get a feel and look at what Tap Rack Social actually is, because we've been posting for over a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we were first major company, so we weren't really privy on how any of this works.
Right.
So we got the idea, we're excited about it, posted it.
Hey, that's fine.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong. Wrong.
Everybody started hitting you with questions and everything.
And this was over a year ago.
Yeah.
So people were getting excited about something over a year ago. We hadn't even started brick and ground construction yet. So that was the wrong way to do it. So it was cool to finally get people in there and let them see exactly what we've been working on. So
yeah, I saw that. Like, so that was last year. You had basically announced last year or maybe the year before, and the buzz kind of picked up quickly to where I saw that you did post like, hey, like we're in construction, we're kind of starting to getting it going, and so now it's basically ready to rock. I mean,
yeah, we're here. We've arrived.
I love it.
We're looking at this is like the lady who's here. I know the viewers can't see her, but she's basically one of the two that keep everything going. Like they keep everything aligned. Her name is Erin. And I'm about to ask her right now if I'm allowed to say when the opening date is. Okay, so we're gonna have a grand opening April 6th, and we're gonna soft launch it the 30th of this month.
Bet that.
So everything's in line. We're ready to go.
That's so live.
That's really dope.
That's live, bro.
Yeah.
Well, for all the viewers out there, welcome to episode 5 of Maybe It's Me podcast. It's my boy Alex Lewis across from me. Alex, welcome to the podcast, brother. Appreciate you coming on. It means the world to me. For our viewers and listeners that don't know who Alex Lewis is as of right now, he is a big-time entrepreneur in the city. He's opened up a bar called Pastiche off of East Houston. It's been popping for about how long now has it been open?
So it's been open for about 4 years. Me and my business partner Benjamin Pratt purchased it about 6 months ago.
Awesome, bro. It's been going crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah, and then now he just, as you heard him talking, he was opening up Tap Rack Social. Mm-hmm. That one's going to be off of 1604 281.
Yep.
Awesome.
It's in the Legacy Oaks shopping center.
Yes, sir.
Right next to Lifetime. It's in between Lifetime and Main Event.
Awesome, man. So you're doing some big things. And then even bigger than that, you've been working, you have a nonprofit, Project H.E.L.P.
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. So we'll be getting into those throughout this show. But I wanted to welcome you on, bro. I've been idolizing you when it comes to just watching you through a lens of just from a third party perspective. You are a grinder. You're a motivator without knowing it, bro. So man, I wanted you to come on for sure.
I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys having me.
Of course, man. Devin, how you feeling, brother?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here. Got my wine and everything. Cool,
yeah.
Hey, boy brought us some wine. I appreciate that, man.
Appreciate you bringing it. And you said this is from Pastiche, right? Mm-hmm. Awesome, man. We appreciate Pastiche for holding it down with the wine.
Always.
And of course, we got Paul in the back. Paul, how we doing?
How's it going, guys?
We love it. We live in life, man. We're doing good. I like to usually ask the question of like, how was your last week? If you want to walk me through how your last week was, bro.
Yo.
Hit it with it hard.
This last week has been one of the most taxing weeks of my life.
Yeah.
How are you filtering through it?
Friends.
Okay.
Friends and wine. So, yeah.
It's a good combo.
Wine for sure. and kind of knowing what is coming.
Yes, sir.
When you know what's coming and you believe in what you're doing, the hard weeks aren't as hard.
Yeah.
So
beautiful.
It's been one.
Yeah.
It's been a week.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're getting through it, man. We need you to. Like I said, you don't understand who you inspiring from behind the lens and things like that, but you are, brother. So keep going.
It's crazy to hear about.
Yes, sir. Devin, what about you, boss?
My week was good, man. Had a good week.
Yeah.
I'm always blessed, like I say. I got something to complain about. I'll let you know. This week I ain't got nothing to complain about again, man. I've been living a good life, man.
I feel that. Paul, what about you, sir?
It's been going pretty good. Been happy with some of the success we've had with the podcast so far. So,
amen. There you go. Appreciate that. Aaron, I'm gonna ask you. I know you're not mic'd up. You doing all right? Your week was all right? Beautiful. I love it. Well, awesome, man. We appreciate that. We like to, start the podcast off with that just because we like to at least lean into like some self-accountability, accountability. Like I told you, in your 30s, it's super hard to find a community of people that can help you, uplift you, give you words of wisdom, give you words of accountability, like, hey, you fucking up and I'm gonna need you to straighten up and get in line. Back to the Alex I'm used to seeing, or back to the Devon. And so that's something that I like to just tap in on anytime I'm even at work. I ask all my team, like, how was our week last week? What was it like? Or what did we do last night? And, you know, a lot of times, like, people don't realize, like, oh, I just went home, went to sleep. Oh man, you're in a pattern of insanity, bro. That getting off work, clocking out, and going home, eating a meal, and going to sleep, bro. It leads to depression real quick. And so that's one of the big reasons why we try to start this podcast, was to break our cycles of that eat, sleep, repeat all over again cycle. So what do you do throughout your work week to kind of break that cycle? Because your work week can be a little hit or miss. Yeah, so it's super all over the place.
First off, I want to say, appreciate you for dropping that F-bomb, because I had no idea.
Oh, yeah. No, don't be afraid. Do not be afraid.
No, we're
Yeah, you good.
So this past couple of weeks, trying to get a spot like Tap Rack Social open, you don't really have time for anything else.
Yeah.
But on the average, what I would like to do, man, I'm a big family person. I'm always with my granny. If you follow me on Instagram, you know she's crazy. I'm always with my granny. That, golf, and then country. You know, got a couple horses.
Yeah.
That's what grounds me, man. Keeps me at peace.
When did you get into that country bag?
Man, my mom's side of the family, they're all from Seguin, like deep Seguin.
Okay.
They're all super
Yeah,
country.
yeah.
So I grew up seeing, you know, my cousins over there, always in it, always in the mix. But I was in Converse playing basketball, so I never really had time to kind of jump into it. But I recently connected with my cousin about a year ago.
Okay.
And he's big into horses. So I just been out. That's kind of how I got into hanging out with him more, through the horses. And I just kind of fell in love.
It's therapeutic, bro. It's therapeutic.
Crazy. It's crazy.
I see you out there grooming him and laying on him, just kind of taking it in.
It's like a big dog.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. So is it horses, or you got cattle out there as well?
Nah, so my cousin has a horse that it's kind of like, I just say it's my horse.
I feel
all
that.
the time. But they have all kind of animals on the land. I like to hang out with the donkeys, the cattle, all that. But the horse is kind of like my main squeeze.
I hear that.
Have you rode horses before?
Oh yeah. So growing up, like I said, my family's country. They're all in Seguin. I've rode horses, you know, plenty of times, but it was a long gap in between. As a kid riding, and then sports and everything, military, all the places life took me, and then back home now, and I'm rekindling, you know, the relationships with my family. So
Yeah. Talk about your upbringing a little bit, man. I know you through, I can't remember if we went to middle school together, but I definitely know we went to high school together.
Yeah.
You graduated a year above me, but tell me about a little bit before that, like your upbringing and everything. You know, was it always in San Antonio?
Yeah, I was born in Insular Turkey, military, but I shortly came back after that. So it was not nothing cool. Everybody's always like, I didn't spend any time over there.
Right.
But yeah, Converse, bro. Been in Converse my whole life. My grandma and all my family live in like a 10-mile radius. They're all either in Shirt, Cibolo, or Converse. I had a pretty cool upbringing, bro. Baseball, was big in baseball growing up.
Okay.
Started playing basketball a little later. Found out I was athletic and get to school. So, started playing basketball, you know, in middle school, or like 8th grade year in middle school, and then got into basketball, and then from there, bro,
just started.
Chill child upbringing though.
Yeah, and then you broke off to college. What was it, Temple?
Yeah, I went to Temple first.
Yeah,
played 2 years there. Then I went to Angelo State.
Okay.
All the cousins that go out there.
Yeah, I was only there for a couple months.
Yeah.
It got kind of wicked out there real quick.
Yeah.
Came back home, and then I ended up graduating from McMurray University. So
okay, awesome. Let's talk about that. Let's lean into that college life just a little bit, and walk me through. You know, what would you, looking back now, what was that Alex like? And what do you look back and like, man, I could have pivoted here, made a change at Temple or at Angelo, and then it would have elevated me here? Or are you just like, nah, I'm thankful for every experience I ran into?
Well, so I am thankful for every experience. I'm thankful for everything that I've been through. Beautiful. Everything that I did, I'm thankful for, because it led me here. But I mean, if I could make some changes back then, I would have. I thought I was just a bad person, bro. Just young and just dumb.
Okay.
You know, talking to people crazy, my coaches, cussing my coaches out, skipping practice.
Yeah.
I remember I left school for like a whole week during season, went home,
Oh, wow.
and was just chilling at home. During season, during practice, I just didn't. I was home.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I was the best player on the team. So being a bad person, I was like, when I come back, I'm gonna be starting again. I wasn't. But just dumb stuff like that. But it all shaped me. It shaped me to who I am today.
Yeah. Do you remember a time or a season where you pivoted away from that? I like to call it ego. One of my huge things is realizing that every human being, no matter how great they are in life, how humble they are in life, everyone has an ego.
Yeah.
And so usually what people break that cycle in, especially what you're talking about, is they identify that they have one and it's getting too big. Yeah. And so do you remember a season in your life where you said, man, I really got to check myself and kind of take this left instead of this right?
Yeah. So it was, I want to say, I'm trying to get the year correct. So I'm not gonna say the year because if I get it wrong, I'll be mad at myself later. But what I will say, it was my friends all graduated college with bachelor's degrees, and they all did it on time. I grew up with a very close group of 7 friends. All of us, I mean, from middle school up, we're still best friends to this day.
Yeah,
That was beautiful.
And they all graduated on time. And when they were walking the stage, I was dropped out, living in my dad's house, no job, no money, and I hadn't even had an associate's degree, and they graduated with their bachelor's degree. And at the time, my mother was still alive, and I remember her crying. She was like, just get your associate's degree. Like, imagine, these are all my best friends since childhood, so of course, she's closer to their parents.
yeah,
They're all best friends. So they're going to Taco Cabana for their Wednesday margarita, and all of them are talking about how their kid is like flourishing. And then my mom was like, there.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And she was crying to me like, just get your associate, just get that. And at that point I was like, all right, we got to tighten up.
yeah.
So that's when I started reaching out to coaches again. By the grace of God, I got another scholarship. When I got to college, I told my coach, I was like, hey, I'm school first. I got to get this degree. I got to make this happen for my mama, you know what I'm saying? And I do think that was kind of that pivotal moment. I remember like it was yesterday, sitting on the end of my dad's bed, not my bed, it was his house, and shooting all these congratulations texts to my friends. And I'm like, yo, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to congratulate somebody when you're down and out.
100%.
So I think that was that pivotal moment where I was like, yo, you're an idiot. Like, tighten up.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to recognize though, especially at that time or that age where you're just, you're getting a lot of things handed to you almost. Like you said, best player on the team. At that time, materialistic things probably meant a lot more. So you get all those things and you're not realizing, you're not setting yourself up for later success or anything like that. So it's really strange. We've all been there. I remember mine kind of came in waves. Like you were talking about people graduating on time, bro. I wasn't even about to graduate high school on time. And I had to buckle down just to say that I graduated with my class. I was going to be 2011 rather than 2010. And I remember like I had to go deep in my bag to just get through that. And so it's funny. What was the reason?
Like, was it?
Bro, honestly, so a lot of hardship. I grew up with a mom that was basically a single parent, and we had 4 siblings in the house. And so summertime and through school, I was working. I was paying like practically rent throughout my high school tenure. Wow. And so a lot of people don't know that. And so it was stressful. And then chasing girls at the time was never good. And then, just caught up in the wrong stuff. And so I just did not care about school. I think at a young age, I identified that grades or education or like that type of learning environment wasn't for me.
For sure.
And so I just kind of didn't care. And I remember like the things I did care about at that time were like the social life and people talking about, we're about to graduate, things like that. I was like, man, I'm gonna sound like a loser if I don't. So I really I gotta tap in and get after it, bro. So that was kind of the same trigger for me at that time. And then I got out, and then college was starting to feel the same way. But I think at that pivot for me, I buckled down and told myself, like, I'm gonna basically do this just to say that I did it. Mm-hmm. And I remember like, I'm thankful to be surrounded by people older than me to put me on game earlier on of just like, college isn't for everybody, and it's a debt trap of like you can get caught up real quick in all this debt if you're just going to say you got that paper. And me knowing that I wasn't going to get the grades for it, I knew I was setting myself up for failure. So I got out of college. I started buckling down, learning some skill trades. And I really fell on luck with the job that I have now. But yeah, man, I remember that time of just that awareness.
Yeah.
You got anything like that, Devin?
Well, I didn't graduate on time like him. I don't think I was really going to try to go to college, but my mom kind of told me the same thing. Mm-hmm. At least try it. So I didn't go to like a university at first. I just went to Lakeview.
Yeah,
the Lakeview College.
I was there for a little bit.
And then my dad was making me he didn't pay, like he paid for some of it, but he was making me pay for some of it too. So then I was like, damn, if I got to pay for this, I'm not about to be failing because then I got to redo it. So that was kind of like where I did kick, because I wasn't in high school. I didn't care about grades in school. I mean, I did enough to pass and like that, but when I got to college and I had to like actually pay for a little bit of my stuff, well, I was in the books. I was. I'm not gonna lie though, like what I do now though, I kind of feel like I said, like should have just went like a trade, like what I do now. I don't know if I really should have went to college and graduated. I don't do much with my degree anyways.
I feel like a lot of people have that look back on life though, where they're in something now, like a career now, and they're like, man, I just wasted all that time. But I promise you there was experiences through that everybody learned something through. Like I say that a really good friend of mine went to A&M, and that was the first time when I became friends with him. He took me up to like a college game day against Bama, and it wasn't necessarily the party life that I like became like a light bulb went off in my head. It was more so the cult that A&M is and the networking that it brings. And I was like, bro, like everybody in the bar was talking to him and just like basically telling him, hey, call me after this. We'll meet up and link up. And it's like, bro, the college atmosphere and that experience, the amount of networking you can grab through that is unreal.
It's hard to recognize that at that young
Oh
age.
yeah,
Like,
no,
I didn't recognize
definitely,
that at 18,
yeah.
19, but yeah, looking back, you're
Not caring about that back then.
Not at all. But no, yeah. Like now that I look, somebody that didn't participate in it and seeing those things that they say, like, I don't feel like as if it was all the way worth it. I always try to tell them, bro, you learn so many things and so many traits through that you have no idea that it sets you up for, like you said, it sets you up for your future.
Absolutely. My bad, me and Aaron, we do.
No, you're good, brother. You're good. So not at all. So tell me what led you to the Air Force, and thank you for signing up. I know a lot of people they try to like be real humble when you talk about joining the military, things like that. I want to say for anybody out there that's actually signed up, you did something more courageous than a lot of people will ever do. So we appreciate you serving. And what led you to that though?
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
For sure. I don't look at it like I said, but I didn't do anything in the military.
No, I get it. But it's still, like I said, if something was to pop off, you would have been the first up, you know? So
I'm on the way.
yeah.
But so I'm real calculated in my steps.
Okay.
I always have a plan. It might be like real open, but I know like the things I need to do to get where I need to be. And so the Air Force was basically like a step for my plan B. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to go in for contracting. My whole family's contracting. My dad's contracting, sister, two of my aunts are contracting.
Okay.
And that's a great job to have on the outside. So I literally joined the Air Force just to get experience in contracting. So I knew I was going to do 4 years the whole time. When I got out, I was like, man, if I can just get a little bit of disability,
Solid.
I'm solid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Super blessed for that too. But yeah, and what's crazy is one of my best friends, Quentin Hector, he joined the military before I did. And it was always something we talked about. And I was always kind of like on the fence about it. But when he did it, I tell him all the time, bro, you showed me that I can do it too. Like,
Yeah.
If you can do it, I know I can do it too. And I thank him every day for having the balls to be the first one out of all of us to do it. But yeah, I joined the Air Force just for 4 years, just so I could have a plan B. And when I got out, I did contracting for a little bit before I started popping off businesses.
Yeah.
But that's still my plan B. So if something ever goes south, I know I can walk into a 6-figure job doing contracting.
Beautiful.
Tomorrow.
So you think pops for a lot of that, or like you said, just majority of your family putting you on game of like, this is one option that you have that's guaranteed. We can get
Pops
you in.
for sure.
Okay,
Pops
good.
for sure. Pops, he put me on. So he's like a GS 15 or something over
Yeah.
Fort Sam,
real.
cashing out. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And like my dad's one of my biggest inspirations. I see how he lives. I see what he's been able to do for me and my family, me and my sister and my mom when she was alive too. I just see how he treats everybody and how he handles everything.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to be just like my pops in a real way. People are weird nowadays. I was like, I don't idolize anybody. I think it's a cool thing to say, but I idolize my pops in a real way.
Oh yeah,
You know
definitely.
what I'm saying? So I knew that if I just did what he did, I would be straight. So yeah.
Beautiful.
You said that was your plan B, military?
Military's my plan. Yeah, military's my plan. Well, contract is my plan.
Okay.
military was the catalyst for me to learn my trades in contracting.
Gotcha. So like, was your plan always to open up a business, or?
Yeah, I knew. So I've been an entrepreneur. This is what I do.
Okay.
If you're an entrepreneur, you can't run from it.
Oh yeah.
Because every single thing you do, no matter what, you're in your mind thinking like, fuck, how can I do this shit for myself, not anybody else? I've always wanted to be in philanthropy, like giving back. That's always been my lane since I got stories back to when I was 4 years old. Like that's always been my lane. The military, like I said, that's just how I can get some backing, some money, some stability, so I can dive into those things.
That's dope, bro.
That's real.
That's crazy that you had that mindset. That really is just discipline of this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attack this first, check that box, then pivot over here to the military, go 4 years deep, and then check that box. That's a mighty big brain power right there, for real. Yeah. Especially with all the distractions. I mean, like, brother, you're a good looking dude. And so that can be toxic at times though. You know what I'm saying? Like that can really mess you up if you fall in love with the wrong one, and
I did. Been there. It happens.
Yeah. And so like that can be lethal. The friend group you have, a lot of people don't have that. You said that you've had the same friends since middle school. This world is this. I don't want to say this world. America is a big crab in a bucket mentality place, and your friends are quick to do that to you, not intentionally, but it can be a crab in a bucket mentality. How do you and your friends operate to not be that and elevate each other up?
Oh, well, everybody has their own lanes. For one, everybody has their own lanes, and two, we don't operate in ego. Like that's one thing. Ego and pride are just weird things when you're grown up. Like it's weird to have it after a certain point in time. What are you doing? So not operating in ego is just like everybody in my friend group at some point in time is popping something off. Yeah. So since we all have our own lane, it's very easy for us to congratulate somebody else when they're in their lane. But like I said earlier, when you don't have something going on, it's hard to congratulate. You can and you do it, but it's hard to do it. But like I said, when everybody's thriving, Michael Timmons, you probably know Michael Timmons, but he's killing it in Dallas right now. Yeah, he's killing it. He's about. I don't want to say that online, but he's huge in the AAU world. Yeah, it seems that way. Oh, it's crazy. Robert Shaw, he's killing it in trucking.
Your boy Robert Shaw is the biggest hustler I've ever seen in my life. The man doesn't stop moving.
So I met Aaron through Robert Shaw.
Did you?
Yeah, so they went to San Diego State together.
Nice, very nice.
But yeah, he does everything, bro. He can weld a house for you. He can fix your roof. He can find you. He can coach a girls' basketball team. Like anything you need Robert to do, he'll oil field everything. He'll do it. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, everybody has something. Yeah, man. And when you have that, bro, it's so easy to just congratulate
and be happy for your boys. That's crazy. I like that. That's very respect.
Definitely. Yeah, it's weird. I've basically been around a circle of your boys. I think mine and your timeline has been different because of your military and your college. But like, I hooped with DeMarcus for a while, and then I hooped with Robert for a while.
DeMarcus is a genius when it comes to like design and his vision when it comes to patterns and clothes and fashion. He's a genius, and he's just one of the people. So not everybody's an entrepreneur, and that's okay. Sometimes you need an entrepreneur with you to push you, and that's all DeMarcus is. But you're gonna start seeing him soon. I'm telling you, he's
coming up.
Oh,
it's
crazy.
I love it. Speaking of fashion, bro, your fashion sense is impressive.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Is that something that you've always had, or like you said, do you lean in with DeMarcus, or you've tapped into certain different lanes? Like, walk us through kind of, because I've seen you in different categories. Like, you know, my wife tells me, because I grew up on both. I tell people I grew up on both sides of the tracks. Meaning, like, my dad is from. He lives on WWI Road Skyline to this day. So I have that side of me. And then my mom is white as it comes, country as can be. So I grew up on both sides of the track for real. And so like when I see your fashion sense, I laugh because I relate to it so much. And so what did you go through to kind of have that?
I hate that I'm about to say this on this line, and I hope DeMarcus is not listening, because we're all friends and we all give each other props when in public, but in the group chat I would never tell him. I would never tell him I got anything from him. But he's forward with patterns. I'll not to give like a shameless plug to Aaron. Aaron is forward with like social media content. She's forward. She knows what's next, what we need to do next to be big. DeMarcus knows what's coming up in fashion. He knows what patterns, if it's corduroy, whatever. He knows what's going to be the next hottest thing.
Nice.
And he says, he just has conversations. So he says, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you like you banking it. Yeah,
Watch this. And then I go, and then I'm clean, and then I'm before everybody else.
Yeah,
That.
yeah.
It's because of him. But really, I mean, fashion, bro. I don't like saying what I do is fashion.
Okay.
Because I kind of compare it to, I'm a philanthropist.
Yeah.
So if somebody is driving down the street, sees a houseless person on the side of the road, gives them $5, and they call themselves a philanthropist, no, you're not, bro. You just gave a couple dollars. So for me, I don't know about patterns, and Ronnie Feig's my favorite designer. Other than him, I don't know anybody else.
Yeah.
So I don't say I'm a fashion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just like clothes. Bro.
Right,
Like
right.
But also a lot of that is just confidence.
Yeah.
Bro, if you don't care what anybody thinks about you and you walk how you walk, no matter what you got on, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You wear it well. I've been in some clothes before, like everything that I've seen you in. I see you chest out for sure, brother. It looks good. It looks good. Yeah, there's some things that I've seen you wear. I'm like, hard pass. I ain't never. And I'll start with like the sandals, bro.
Hey,
You are a sandal god.
bro, but it's like Sandal God is crazy. Hey, trademarking that, Aaron. Write that down. Sandal God needs that. No, man, I wake up every day feeling a different way every day.
I feel that. Yeah.
And I wake up and I dress how I feel that day.
Dress with your vibe?
I dress with my vibe.
I like
and
that.
I do, they've been calling me an old man my whole life. I feel like an old man. I walk like an old man.
Yeah,
I look like an
yeah.
old man. So when I wake up feeling like an old man, I put my dad's sandals on with my socks, and I go on with my business. And I don't care what anybody says, bro. I get them from Walmart. I have 4 pair.
Bro.
The same ones.
And you went and bought the
$10.
golf ones.
Cut it out. they dropped those for me.
When I saw you post them bad boys, I said, couldn't be me, but hey, salute, because I know he's going to rock them.
I'll fuck with him. I like him.
Bro, they dropped them for me specifically. I feel like they did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to get them, bro. They're fire.
Yeah. No, I saw them. I was like, man, couldn't be me. But hey, he's going to definitely kill it in a fit.
You already know it.
Yeah.
You already know it.
So when you say you dress with the vibe, and if you're not feeling like your dad, you tired or whatever, you dress with the sandals first. So is it? Are we starting with the shoes first up? Is that how we
I know
start?
what shoes I'm wearing.
Yeah. Okay, and then we dress from the shoes.
And then from there, it's, probably dad pants, white socks, regular shirt. You know what I'm saying? And it's like nothing I wear. I don't wear anything super crazy. I don't wear like any crazy pattern.
No, definitely. Yeah, you keep your color tone simple for
Just
sure.
simple. I love getting the compliments. It's dope, but in my eyes, I'm like, man, I'm just putting on
Right.
Regular clothes.
shit.
It's just you.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
But I think when you realize it's just you and you ain't really trying to impress nobody, but you just dressing as you, that's when it all starts to come out together like that. Like you ain't here for nobody, but
Sure.
everybody noticing it.
I mean, that's like to me with you. That's how like your voice is.
Really?
Like I say, I say. And what do you think of his voice when he talks?
he sound like he from the tracks.
Yeah. Like I'm trying.
I get that, but grew up with 2 white parents, but like hell, man.
I try to tell them all the time. I say if everybody closed their eyes or just listened to our podcast, and they said they knew one of us were black, one of us were white, they would assume that I'm the white man and he's the black one for sure.
I'm gonna take it.
He's got a little soul to him.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's the reason why I wanted to start a podcast with you.
It's what I
From
grew
San
up.
Antonio?
Yeah, I'm from San Antonio.
What about?
Shirts area.
Oh shoot.
So I
Yeah.
know when you said Converse, I was thinking Justin.
What year you graduate?
2011.
Okay, so you probably know. You might not know Quentin Hector.
When you said Quentin Hector, I thought I knew he was a senior when I was a freshman, but I knew who he was. So I didn't know if that's who he was, but
Taylor
yeah.
Smith, Quentin Hector.
Oh yeah, Taylor Smith. I knew Taylor Smith.
I grew up with all. We played AU basketball since we were kids, little. So I know. Yeah. all of them.
yeah.
I mean, when I say I knew him, like I knew them, but I didn't really like converse with him every
Were
day.
you Chad Cantrell?
He was a year below me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
that's my
So you
little
know
Yeah.
Chad. Okay, yeah. So I kind of grew up in that area, like
Okay.
Chad. Like I knew Chad. I hooped with Chad a little bit and stuff like that. So
So my
yeah.
folks stay right behind. So it's Handy Andy now, but it was Weiss back in the days.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
It was Arlen's.
Arlen's now, yeah.
it was
Over there by
Handy Andy,
Hans's
yeah.
barbershop.
Right behind it.
Yeah. I know exactly where it's at.
For sure.
I used to live in them apartments.
Okay.
Right there,
Yeah,
yeah,
I spent
that
time
was my
over
first.
there.
That was my first apartments right
I
there.
spent some time over there.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
So you said I want to tap into that. You feel old school, right? Like
Yeah.
a lot of that, I get that a lot. Like I've been told for a long time. I get told by him, everybody around me, like I'm an old head. I like old music. I'm very simplistic when it comes to marriage thoughts, everything like that. I move very much like my grandfather. He's a huge part of my life. My dad wasn't always around, but his daddy was. And so I adopted a lot of the things that he's always on. What led you to feel so old school?
Granny.
Was it, I was going to say, was it Granny?
Yeah, that's my best friend for real.
Yeah. No, I can tell. Tell y'all have a good bond, bro.
Yeah, so Granny for sure. But also, I just always have taken on the role, and whether they wanted me to or not, I've always taken on a role of like looking out for people, whether it's my friend group.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make it sound, everybody looks out for everybody, but I always have just felt like this extra sense of like needing to make sure everybody's straight.
That's good.
And family as well. But outside of that, yeah, Granny. I mean, I'm with my Granny. People hang out with their grandparents because they have to.
Yeah.
Or because they're like, okay, they're not gonna be here forever. Let me get this quality time. No, like that's my number one.
Yeah.
I'm in the backyard drinking beer with Granny.
I seen y'all on y'all's
That's
dose.
amazing, bro.
Before my grandma was 83 years old right now, and she would drink a 12-pack of Dos Equis on the swing in the heat, and I'm talking about crushing them, like
Sounds like my type of granny.
putting them back, throwing them into the graveyard in the lawn. You know, so my niece is running around, we back there just drunk for real.
That's beautiful, bro. That's a
Yeah,
good vibe,
best
man.
friend,
That's a
best
good
friend
vibe.
for
I'm sure y'all talk about everything under the sun.
Man, she gave me so much game.
Yeah.
But like all the nonprofit came from her.
I was gonna ask about that. So Project H.E.L.P. She's is she the biggest hand in that? Would you say?
Without a doubt.
Beautiful.
Without a doubt, yeah.
So you've always said, or you tapped into, you kind of been this philanthropist of just like wanting to give back to the community since you were young.
Yeah.
What made you take that leap of I'm going into something like Project H.E.L.P?
Well, yeah. So like, just a quick story. When I was 4 years old, my aunt tells me all the time, and of course I don't remember, but me and my sister were acting terrible at my grandma's house one day, like bad. And she was like, "All right, I'm gonna show y'all something. Like y'all want to keep acting crazy, I'm gonna show you how bad it can get for y'all." So she took us to the shelter downtown, and my sister, hilarious. She's the funniest person. Again, I hope she doesn't listen to this because I would never tell her this, but she's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And she just doesn't really care about much. She's like free, whatever.
Shit, free spirit.
Yeah. But me, so she went in there and she was kind of like, cool. They're living bad. Sorry for them. I want to go home now. Me, I was in there tripping. At 4 years old, tripping. And I was like, why don't these kids have their own bed?
Yeah.
Like, why are they sleeping together? Why are they in this big building and not at home? And I was like crying. I didn't want to leave. I was like, I want to do something. At 4 years old, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was kind of like my introduction. I'm gonna assume to it, but
Right.
yeah, I was sitting at a restaurant. I want to think it was Kona Grill. With one of my closest friends, Marquise Bynum,
Okay.
who's my co-founder at Project H.E.L.P.
Nice.
And we were just sitting there, we're like, bro, we gotta do something for the city. We're both successful, we're making some pretty good money, and my grandma always taught me, only take what you need, give the rest. So we're sitting there, and he was like, bro, let's do something. And I was like, fuck it, let's go pull out 5 bands and 20s and pass them through the mall. And he was like, no. He was like, yeah, that's not the idea.
Right.
And I was like, okay. Reel it in. Let's start a nonprofit organization. Let's just create something cool for the city that's never seen, and we can have fun and get back to the city. So that was in 2019, and that was when I kind of took that leap, like, okay, I know this is my passion. I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is my path. So fuck it, let's dive in. And that's kind of how Project H.E.L.P.
Beautiful, man.
So-
Beautiful.
For people like me who I have never heard of Project H.E.L.P, what is this?
So Project H.E.L.P. H.E.L.P. is an acronym. It stands for Humanity Evolves from Loving People. And basically what we did was we just started throwing house parties. We ordered like $1,000 of toiletry items off Amazon, like toothbrush, toothpaste, Q-tips, soap, lotions, sunscreen, everything we thought a houseless person would want. And we just basically lined up like 2 long tables in his house, invited all of our friends over, set up all the stuff on the table. And by the way, bought like, I don't know, 400 loaves of bread and a whole bunch of sandwich meat. And we just made sandwiches and we made these kits all night long while we were getting fucked up, hammered. Like to drink. It is what it is.
Oh, that's
Hey, you good?
like you are talking my language right now, bro.
So we're just having a house party, making these things for the homeless or the houseless. And then woke up the next day, went and passed it all out. And that was how Project H.E.L.P. was birthed. So those were the events we started doing. We did like, I want to say 4 or 5 of those in the first year. We probably passed out over 2,000 meals, 3,000 survival kits in like the downtown area of San Antonio. And then from there, we moved into, we were doing hosting free tutoring for anybody ages kindergarten through college at the conference library every Thursday for free. We were doing English and Spanish, so bilingual story times for all the kids.
Wow.
Art, so it would be a story time, and then we would do arts and crafts afterwards that like kind of went with the story. The turkey drives, we did a houseless Christmas. We bought, so what we did was on our website, we put up hoodies that were basically $20 hoodies. And it was the buy one, give one. So you're buying a hoodie, but you don't get it. We're giving it to the houseless. Man, they bought 500 of them hoodies.
Oh, that's awesome.
We just heat pressed our heart on these hoodies and passed them out a couple Christmases ago. No lie, to this day, we see them hoodies still. And that was 5 years ago.
That's awesome,
So,
bro.
man, we've done all kind of stuff. That one little house party grew into all kind of stuff.
Oh, definitely. How does someone, tap into Project H.E.L.P to either contribute, to volunteer? What does that look like?
So right now, I would just say go to the Instagram. So I stopped Project H.E.L.P last year. I paused it last year. But we went crazy, bro. We had people reach out in Houston. They started a Project H.E.L.P Houston. They had a Project H.E.L.P Atlanta. The Project H.E.P Atlanta has Project H.E.L.P. I want to say Project H.E.L.P Atlanta Day in Atlanta, like Project H.E.L.P. It's wild, bro. It's went crazy. We had before I paused it, Tampa was looking out. Somebody in LA, like Project H.E.L.P was literally going wild.
That's awesome.
So I paused it to start all the stuff we're doing now
Right,
because there's
of course.
no possible way I could do everything at once. And so I would just say now, if you're interested in Project H.E.L.P, I believe the Instagram is Project H.E.L.P_SATX on Instagram. Follow the Instagram. I finally got a team full of some dope people that can help. Now we're going to get back on there sometime this year, and we'll be right back to the parties, getting hammered and helping people out.
My wife is big time. When I told her you were coming in for an interview, she started looking you up and just saw Project H.E.L.P, and she's always been about that. So any way that we can contribute, we're all ears, man. We can help out with the house, anything, man. We are looking for ways to give back for sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, for real, I'll be there.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. It's fun. It's a fun time.
Definitely. So that's dope, bro. Let's lean into Pastiche real quick. Run me through what made you purchase this business.
Yeah, it was some whim shit.
Okay.
For real. So we started, like I told you, we started Tap Rack over a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And we did it all wrong, of course. And so we started getting real close to construction at Tap Rack, finally. And as we were getting closer to construction, one of my good friends, Weston Rydell, I'm not sure if anybody knows him, but he reached out and he knew the previous owner of Pastiche. And he was like, hey, man, he's selling. He's basically saying if y'all want to have like a pop-up, put a screen in Pastiche and have like a pop-up event there. He was like, y'all can come do whenever y'all want to. Y'all can make money off drinks and kind of start rolling y'all towards opening y'all's own spot. And I told my business partner, I was like, Ben, it's a dope opportunity for us to go ahead and do this. And he said he's selling? And I was like, yeah, bro, but we're not. No, we're not buying. Like, we're not doing that shit. No, bro. I sold 3 houses.
Oh, wow.
I sold 3 houses to start Tap Rack, moved in with my sister for a year. Sacrifice doesn't even begin.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, I ain't got nothing. We ain't buying nothing else.
Yeah.
And he was like, just trust me on this. And I was like, all right, man. I'm going to trust you.
Right.
So we ended up just basically putting an offer into the guy. The guy loved us. Still good friends to this day. And we ended up buying it like on a whim. Like literally a month before we bought it, we had no idea what Pastiche. I had no idea what Pastiche was.
Yeah.
A month before we bought the bar. So really, that was just like some fell into our lap type shit.
Sometimes that's the best way it works out.
I wish I had a cool story about my love for wine. I'm a sommelier or something.
Yeah.
I have nothing.
Bro, sometimes that's the best way it works, honestly, is just, you come across dumb luck and then you start falling in love with it.
For sure.
So was Pastiche, you said it was already previously owned by somebody. Was it the same type as is now? Are you continuing the same thing, or did you switch it up with how you gonna run it?
We switched it up a lot.
Okay, yeah.
So the interior is the same. Benjamin Crick, the guy who owned it before, genius when it comes to opening bars. I don't know if y'all have heard of like Jet Setter or what's the other one called? Juniper Tar downtown. He opened up all those bars in San Antonio. So he's a genius with it. His interior design is ridiculously cool. So we didn't change any of that. The only thing I did was he had a wall that was all wine bottles. Mm-hmm. I put up I have an extensive record collection.
Okay.
I put up my records on the wall. That's the only thing we changed on the inside. But we changed up the music. He was playing like a hi-fi.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
That was his vibe in there.
Yeah.
You know that was gonna.
You got to get that one. Yeah.
That was gone. And we added like a neo soul Thursday, basically like a deep soul Fridays,
Yeah.
and then Saturdays is kind of like a vibe. I don't even know how to. It's a vibe. And we just opened up Sundays, which is also just like a Sunday
Fun day type thing.
Sunday kind of love.
Beautiful.
Vibe. But yeah, so that's the only. I would just say the music.
Yeah.
I would get cussed out if I didn't. Daniel Pittman, we brought him on as our basically GM of Pastiche, and he has absolutely turned the bar around. He's a genius with this. Like all these shameless plugs, but
Hey, bro,
Daniel
you're
Pittman is a monster when it comes to that bar. So that was honestly probably the biggest part that changed Pastiche around. Having that person on my team, bro.
Hey, shout out Daniel.
For sure.
Shout out Daniel, man. Y'all are doing hot things, man. I literally just scrolling through reels, like one of them was top 10 bars. Y'all were number 2 recommendation on there. It was crazy to see.
So dope.
And there was another dude like talking about where you can find black people at.
Yeah.
Y'all were on there for sure. And that's a positive thing, bro. Like to bring something like that to that community in the black community of culture, and them have a place that they can walk into and feel welcome on that level. It's amazing and it feels good. And so that's a really good vibe to, welcome people to the next level, the higher elevation. Something that I'm about to segue into is golf, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of black people don't know a lot about golf. That's something that you're putting a lot of people on just from doing it. And it's something that I always say, like, I wish we would be taught this at a younger age, and it takes a generation like us to educate our next lineage down of what it is and what golf is and what wine. Wine's not a big thing in our community. I grew up on OEs and Mickeys, and so it's like
got a little excited.
Yeah.
The Mickey, the Bud Ice. Okay.
Yeah, bro. So it's like hearing those things and seeing those things, it's few and far between in our community, and so to have that and to move that way it's awesome, bro. It's a good look. It's a good look for sure. So like I said, segueing into golf, bro. Talk me through. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I have to say this also. So the guy we wanted to bring wine, he got caught up.
Yeah,
Calvin McGee. There's no way I can have this conversation and not speak on that guy.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna draw him out, but he's also one of the biggest reasons why all this is going. So you see,
Beautiful.
So Erin is the content lady.
Yeah.
She makes it. Video, she's a genius, of course, huge part of it. Calvin is the one who's on Instagram in y'all's face. Like you see Pastiche videos everywhere, it's because of Calvin.
Nice.
Responds to every DM we get, every comment. Like this guy is nuts. And we talked earlier about like no pride and no ego.
Yeah.
Calvin came to us before Tap Rack was even a physical thing. Like it was a thought at the time. Mm-hmm. He was like, yo, I don't care about money. I don't want money. I just want to start with y'all and help y'all out and work with y'all. And when it's time for money,
we'll get there.
Take
Yeah.
care.
So for 4 or 5 months straight, Calvin has done everything we've asked him to do. On top of that, even more. Calvin's the employee, where it's like, bro, okay, I tasked you. Take a couple days. No, 2 hours later.
Yeah, it's done.
I'm like, God damn, now I gotta do something else. But
Gotta keep him busy because he's getting the work done.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. So we can go in the golf. I just had to. Definitely
shout out Calvin, man.
McGee.
Hey, you need
who
those.
can? Cal can on Instagram.
That's dope, bro. Shout out Calvin for real. You need those employees, man, that are grinders.
I don't
For
have
sure.
employees. I had team members, man.
Beautiful.
So real quick, I assume these aren't the 7 friends, right?
Calvin, no, Calvin. So I've known Calvin basically my whole life, but no, he's not in that group. He's been with us and our company, bro. Both of them going crazy for us.
Beautiful.
Where are you finding the talent to get the right team at? Like,
Man, I swear to God,
it's got to
I
be a
don't know.
process.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's crazy how this came about. We talk about it all the time. We don't know how we were blessed with such a squad. Erin's the same way. Erin the stuff she's doing for us, she can go and do for anybody else and cash out.
Yeah,
And she's
Aaron.
like, bro, I don't care about money. I care about people. I care about you. I want to work with you. I want to do this. I'm like, bro, what? Like, she's
down for the cause, not the money.
Man, God.
That's you need people like that care about the cause, not the money.
But how do you how do you find a group of those people? Nobody knows. I have no idea how we came across all these dope individuals. It's a blessing.
So there's a thing I live by, bro. There's a thing I live by, and I'm a say it through you, because it is a lot about, you just said that Aaron's talking to you and letting you know, like, she don't want to go nowhere else. There's no bad teams. There's only bad leaders. And so for yourself, I want you to understand, like, they're attracted because of you. And so
we're stopping this right now. I don't let her do this.
Attitude reflect
I don't let her
leadership.
do this. And I'm not gonna let y'all do this. Stop it.
hey, man, I'm being serious.
We're
Like,
Titans.
it is one of those things where you got to understand that, the weight that you wear on your shoulders, they don't take it for granted, but also they understand that it comes with a boatload of humility and a boatload of, like, hey, everybody eats. I told him he ain't never watched it, but paid in full. Everybody eats. Everybody eats, B. And it's a real thing.
I think it's kind of like some similar. I have like a similar kind of thing to like how Aaron wants to stay and everything like that. Like, you came to me about starting a podcast and stuff.
Right.
It's like I wouldn't have just started this with just anybody, but when you see it's like how they look at it, it's like I can see that kind of sometimes what you do, Nick, and I'm like, that's someone I would
Appreciate.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because you can see
I'm about to do the same thing. Alex
You
did.
know-
Stop.
you know what I'm saying?
But you understand what I'm like? I kind of understand what Aaron's saying. It's like I'm not here for the money. I'm not doing it for anything like other than that. Like it's just I'm down for like it's dope to me. So
Yeah.
I'm down for it and like
man.
whatever it takes, I'm down. Like I don't think I ever like whatever you said you needed, we got done. You know what I'm saying? So,
No, facts, for real. It's a weird thing when you're at a certain level of leadership or just leading in general. And, like you said, you don't even want to consider it leading. You just want to consider it like, I'm on a vibe with these people. Like I'm just doing my thing that I was taught how to do. But in their eyes, they look at him like, no, like you're really leading us. And so it's kind of hard to identify that sometimes.
I still don't believe they're thinking that. So the gym at Tap Rack called me boss today. I'm looking like, who is she talking to? Like, who are you?
Yeah.
Me? Like, not little old Alex Lewis with Converse. No,
Right,
you're not
bro.
calling me boss. Stop.
I think that's
It's
what
tough.
makes you attracted though. That's what makes it part of the
It's
attraction.
very tough to like hold on to and identify that you are in that role, but you are, man. And it's a beautiful thing to see with the team that you have around you, the hat that you try to wear, but in their eyes, the hat that you wear is a lot bigger, and they understand that. And so it's dope, bro. It's dope.
It is.
I ain't gonna.
I didn't mean to get you off topic.
No.
This all started with my plug to Calvin. But
Yeah, no, bro, you're good. We can take this conversation anyway. I just wanted to
y'all
preach
10
that.
o'clock is y'all time.
Bro, we got plenty of
Yeah,
time.
we ain't
Honestly,
worried about
we
it.
got plenty of
Hey,
time.
man, what's up?
I'm right now.
You said what?
He's calling me right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
man, tell him to
beautiful.
come, man, he missed my whole little thing to him.
He gonna hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
April 10th.
So talk to me about golf, bro.
Okay.
What got you into that sport?
So, not to get super sad, I lost my mom May 8, 2018.
Yes, sir.
I was going through a real weird time in my life. I don't want to say rebelling, but I was trying to show everybody around me I was a grown up. I was in the military. I had just got stationed in Canada. I was by myself. My mom was like, I'll take care of your phone bill. I was like, no. I'd rather fucking eat ramen noodles and pay my own bills than you pay. I was just rebelling.
Yeah.
I was in Canada. I wasn't answering calls. I wasn't calling like I should have been doing. I was just, when mom passed away, it was a real dark time for me because I should have been closer with her. So when she passed away, I was like, man, I cannot watch my father leave this earth and not be close with him. And my dad's an avid golfer. Be busting my stupid ass. Avid
He got
golfer.
years on you, man.
What? Avid golfer. So I picked up golf for two things because I wanted to be able to wake up and dress like that.
Yeah.
And be like, no, I do play golf. You know what I'm saying? And two,
That was a huge reason why I got into that
for
bitch.
For sure. And two, to spend more time with my dad. Me and my dad golf twice a week on schedule. Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you're not there, Pop, you got me fucked up. It's like, we golfing.
Yeah.
This is my time with you. I need this.
Beautiful.
Shit, more than
That
you know.
really is
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about a lot of people don't understand about golf. It's really not even hitting that white ball. It's really the conversations you can have. It's really the just
Connection.
Yeah, the connection.
Network.
Business is done on the golf course, man. It really
That's
is.
what I keep
It really
telling
is,
you,
bro.
man.
It
Business is done on a golf course. Everybody
Sure
that is in business needs to understand. Even if you're not good, just go out there, get a decent swing on, and you're gonna start networking, no problem.
I tell people all the time, if you want a meeting with me, you know what to do.
Set it up.
Unless I'm coming to you for something,
Right.
Then wherever you want to go, boss. But if you're coming to me for something, you know where you can meet me at.
Yeah,
of
man.
course, man.
Any particular place or everywhere?
Man, I be getting my ass whooped at every course in San Antonio.
You got a favorite course?
Yeah, no. Shit, hell no. I am bad at golf. I post my highlights on Instagram, and I like to dress cool.
Hey,
Other than that, no.
oh God, you got a pretty swing though. I ain't even gonna lie.
When I look at it online, I thought he was good. I was like, this
Bro.
bro good.
It's crazy. I know how to imitate. So I watch Tiger Woods on YouTube. I watch my dad. I watch anybody who I see who can swing good. I know how to see what they do and do it.
Bro, that's crazy you say that.
But in golf, there's a lot of intricacies that
Yes.
happen from the top of that swing to the bottom. So you see them go up and come down, but you're not doing any of the things they're doing.
Nope.
Keeping it low.
You're not doing nothing.
The
You're
elbow
not,
tucked
you're
into
not
a certain
tucking the
pocket,
elbow. You're
yeah.
not hitting the slot. You're not doing that shit. Me, I was really what it was. So Chris Henry has been my photographer for a long time, bro. He's also a super good photographer in the city. I think it's like C6 Henny on Instagram. But I wanted the pictures.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
I knew how to get good pictures. Pose the top. have that good take back.
Yeah.
And then follow through.
Yeah.
That's how you get a good picture in golf. Everything else doesn't fucking matter. to me.
Right.
That sounds terrible. And
They
that's
be looking
why
at the
I'm not-
ball.
Fuck the ball. I'm looking at the pictures. That's what I'm looking at.
It's so funny that he's saying this because I told my boy he's my boy's the one that got me into golf, but he lives in Houston. So that motherfucker, we very rarely golf, and so I had to start branching off and golfing with random people. But I be coming out like swaggy. They be wearing the most busted gear. I'm like, man, you killing my vibe already. I'm trying to take photos. They just want to play. I'm like, bro, you killing my vibe right now.
Loosen up.
Yeah. So it's like one of those things like, bro, I'm in it for a certain lane, and that's the lane I'm trying to live in. I don't give a shit about that score. Come on, that's why I messaged you that one day. I was like, bro, you're swinging crazy. And the first message I got back, you probably waxed my ass, no lie.
Probably get on my goofy ass out there. For real.
That's hilarious that you say that. Yeah. Imitation, man, you talked about that. That's how I kind of like really tried to find my lane in golf as well, was just studying that. Is that how you found yourself, like, even in basketball? Like, for me, it was Kobe, and actually, I take that back. It was Carmelo. Mine was all about the 3 points, or all about the pivot, and I think he had the best jab step. I think he had the best. You know, when that ball went over that head, he was about to get a bucket. And so
At that corner?
yeah,
At that
bro.
corner?
So the jab step was a huge one for me, and the mid range. Mid range, you know, I trained with George Gervin Jr. for a while, and the first thing he told me was the mid range is a gold mine. And so I went down a deep hole of studying Kobe, but like I said, mainly Carmelo, just because of how dominant he was. But I imitated it like crazy. Like, I'm talking rewind frame by frame. Is that something that you've done?
Hell no.
No? I'm the nerd when it comes to that shit. So
I never liked basketball. I still don't like basketball. I've never liked basketball.
Really?
Never.
You've got, then you're naturally talented.
I'm
at it.
athletic. I'm not
Yeah.
good at basketball. I'm athletic. Bro, I've never liked basketball. Never. Ask any of my friends. They're like, man, he don't care about that shit. I don't watch basketball now.
I can't stand
it's
it,
hard.
to be
Never
honest.
watched it, bro. I'll tune in for the finals.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
If it's two teams I give a damn about. If
Yeah.
not, whatever. Like, I've never liked basketball, bro. I've just known that I was athletic and I could get places being athletic. I just dunk on people.
Dope.
Jump this high on my jump shot.
Yeah, your jump was crazy.
That's it.
I remember in high school, Ned was crazy, dumb.
Best friend to this day, bro.
Ned did an East Bay in high school, and at that time, not a lot of people were East Baying like that.
Nobody was going with
and
legs back then.
and so like when we had seen that in the gym, it was stupid.
And he's 6'1".
Yeah.
6 foot.
It
Actually,
was
he's 6 foot
stupid.
on a good day.
So I never forget though. They did y'all were doing that in like open gym or something, going crazy. And then so he East Bayed, and then Alex, you came behind him and you leapfrog. But the leapfrog,
I can't even take credit for that. That was Tevin Russell.
Yeah.
Tevin Russell leapfrog because he was bouncy too.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
probably
yeah,
did
yeah.
like a little windmill. But yeah. Tevin, if he heard that now, he'd be like, man, that wasn't him.
That more, yeah, you know what? You might be right.
Tevin,
Yeah.
Tevin.
But I just remember y'all's lines were crazy.
Man, everybody
crazy.
was talking. Except DeMarcus.
Yeah. Just a little height challenge, but hey,
Even
good
Mike Timmons
point
was
guard.
dunking.
That is true. That is true.
Mike Timmons was dunking back then,
Bro, y'all had a nice little run though in that your senior year, right?
I don't want to talk about it.
Hey,
That was the one thing that man.
y'all had a nice little run. Y'all senior year, if I'm not mistaken, was crazy.
Yeah,
that was special, just because of the class coming up underneath y'all, but also you, Ned, DeMarcus. It was crazy. Yeah, it was dumb. I think y'all did y'all go against Wagner that year or no?
Man, we was tearing Wagner.
Yeah, because that was Jordan Clarkson and Andre Roberson days.
Yeah, but so that was so. I mean, Andre was long back then.
Yeah.
But he hadn't stepped into Colorado, Andre. If Andre stepped into Colorado, Andre was in college, it wouldn't have been close. They would have got on our ass.
Right.
But he was still kind of like goofy, long, just kind of really feeling himself out. And Jordan, he was kind of stepping into Jordan.
He was finding his body.
He really took off his senior year when I was already in college.
Right.
But Jordan's always just been a workhorse, bro. He just works hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was also kind of like we all grew up together.
Yeah.
So even then, it was probably like a big brother. I want to beat my big brother type shit, man. We were like, there's no way little bros beat us. But bro, skill, but way better than us. What are we talking about? Way better than us. Like,
No, that was a good time, man. That like run of your class year, y'all senior year, our senior year, it was a good time to be at Judson for real.
sure. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
So is that why you did it? Because you said you didn't really like basketball. You just did it because of the fellowship, I guess, the brotherhood it brought. Like,
I did it because I knew if I didn't get money to go to college, I wasn't going.
I got you.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, sports is cool. It's weird. I'm not really.
Not a sports
I
guy.
grew up playing baseball, so I like watching. But my Atlanta Braves, my favorite team. I don't want to talk about them either because. Yeah, bro. Sports is cool. My thing has always been community.
Yeah.
My thing has always been not to just get like super serious, but I really never gave a damn about it. You know, what I'm
that's
saying?
good.
I was just athletic. Like I said, I can. So I went to Temple on a 4-hour scholarship off of athleticism. Left there, went to Angelo State. But I was getting calls from all kind of schools. I didn't have the grades.
Yeah.
But Angelo State, 4-hour scholarship. Removed from there, went home, went back to McMurray, 4-hour scholarship like 2 years later. Like, I was just athletic. So that's what got me everything that I got. But I was never good at basketball.
Right.
I was just.
That's crazy that you say that. A lot of people have a hard time understanding that sometimes. Like I know athletic hoopers that are strictly athletic. They're not good. They're just crazy athletic. And they have a hard time admitting that they're not good at the game.
I know.
That's that ego that come into you.
Yeah,
I
facts.
played with good basketball players.
Yeah.
I played with some. DeMarcus was a good point guard.
Crazy point guard.
Crazy, bro. What's it? He can come in. Tell him he want to pull up. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, brother.
But yeah, but I played with good Ned Cox, bro. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
He
Ned
went
was
to Evansville, bro. So it's a mid-major D1, but only because Judson wasn't looked at
Yeah, it was tough.
for basketball back then.
It was very tough at the timeline that we were at. Hooping like that was hard to get recruits in, and
Sure.
so y'all did y'all's thing that year though, man. You talked about community. I want to talk about Safe House, and I want to just tap into kind of what that is for the listeners and the audience that is in San Antonio. How did that start? What brought you into it, and kind of walk me through that.
So Calvin got me on Safe House. One of the first weekends we opened Pastiche. I hope that's not getting loud in the camera.
No, you're good.
One of the first weekends we opened Pastiche, we had an all-white party. It was like a model. They did something. Some models of San Antonio came through and they had a party. And Andres, one of the owners of Safe House, was there.
Okay.
And Calvin, like I said, just guys, also just God sent, talks to everybody.
Yeah.
Met him and was like, I guess Andres was telling him, like, come by Safe House. And Calvin was like, hey, Aubrey, like, we got to go. And I was like, no, I'm not going there. Like, his answer's no. I'm not going there. And he just kept probing. Like, bro, come on. So one that's like, man, fuck it, let's go.
I'm like that a lot.
That's like Nick.
Are you the probing one or you the one you don't want to do anything?
Oh, bro.
When you tell him no, it's
so the last podcast we did, I told him I have this weird pet peeve about me that when I tell people no and they probe, I'm like never gonna do it in my life ever. You don't ruin me. Like I'm one of those, and so that's why he's laughing about that. Is because when I tell somebody no and I mean it, like I'm standing on business. I'm never gonna do it again.
But he experienced something great by doing. He
for
wasn't
Yeah,
about
no
it.
facts.
So
So yeah,
stubborn too, though. And I'm glad I went.
Right.
Because, bro, it's introduced me to some of the coolest people I've ever met in my life.
okay. So is it entrepreneurs there? Is it just all kinds of business? Is it
Everybody, bro.
Okay.
So they don't look at. They don't look at profession. They don't look at Instagram followers. They don't look at anything like that, bro. When you fill out your application online, it's like why do you want to be a part of the Safe House community?
Okay.
That's the only thing they look at.
Nice.
Well, that's not, they look at your profile, but it's
Right,
to
right.
kind of vet you, see who you are if you're not a crazy person.
Right.
But that's what they judge you off of, that paragraph. And I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
That you basically submitted on application online to Safe House. And
Oh yeah. So you submit the application, and that's what they go off of, and that's why I love it so much, because it's like a lot of these community only, or not community only, members only things. It's kind of it's weird, man. They're looking at people for
how many followers you
how
have?
many followers- what can you bring to us?
Yep, exactly.
And they don't care about none of that. And one of the first conversations I had with Andres, one of the founders of it,
Okay.
he was just like, bro, if we have 11 followers or 11 members at the end of this year, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
We're rocking with them 11. Like, I'm not going to allow anybody who does not fit the vibe. So to me, I'm like, man, that's crazy, because most people, if they have a business, they need money. And I think now they're at like 2,000, I think they're like 2,000 applications.
Wow.
And we have like 40 members, 40, 50 members. Wow. So like they're not,
Yeah.
they could accept all their members and cash out tomorrow if they want to, but it's solely based off vibe, which is why I love it so much. And to go to your question, it's not just entrepreneurs. So we do have a lot of people in there that are entrepreneurs, but it's everybody, bro. From all walks of life.
Beautiful.
Everybody.
Beautiful. Yeah. It looks dope. It seems like a dope spot. Yeah. Anybody out there interested that wants a community of just good fellowship, like what we were trying to promote on this podcast, Safe House seems like it's a good place to start. Safe House. Yeah, I'll take some more. Safe House on Instagram, right? I think
Aaron, is it Safe House, SATX?
Safe House SATX on Instagram.
You might know Oak and Saint. It's a coffee shop in the Andy, across from the Frost Bank Center.
Yep.
They own that, so it's connected.
Okay,
so it's,
got you.
Andres and my boy Akash, they both own these two. So.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, that's a dope spot. I want to pick your brain on something. I don't know if anybody's ever done this to you. So I work closely with an entrepreneurial mindset person. Do you have anybody on the team that talks about how many ideas you can spurt out at a time, or has to put you in a certain lane to, like you said, focus back on task? Or do you find yourself venturing off and saying, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this? Or what type of mindset do you have on like a regular week basis? And I only say that because a lot of entrepreneurs, they run 1,000,000 miles a minute, meaning they can see things miles down the road that you may not be able to see. And so when you're trying to get it out, they can't receive it like the way that they. So do you have anybody that ever identifies that in you, or do you think you're not really like that?
I am. For sure. I just brought another idea to Aaron. And she was like, hey, yo, big dog, let me get here first.
Yeah.
So I am like that. I don't have anybody, I would say, who kind of tells me to hold on, but I think that might be their trust in me to make shit shake. But I am so I have a lot of thoughts, of course.
Of course.
But I'm very cognizant of what I let come out of my mouth, because I know what comes out is going to happen.
Okay.
There's no bullshit. If I say I'm going to build a tower downtown, if I let it come out of my mouth, I'm going to do it. So I have been very careful with myself of what I speak out loud. So I guess in a sense, I kind of limit myself. I'm the one who kind of does it myself.
Yeah, no. You're a very
balance
introspective
yourself.
person. It sounds a lot like how I kind of.
Yeah.
I have a business coach that I talk to, and so like they tell me I'm a creative type of person.
Sure.
They said on a entrepreneur level, I'm a little bit lower, which I identify with. Right. I think entrepreneurs have. I always say they have the biggest nuts in the room. Why?
Sure.
Because they're willing to take a risk that not a lot of people will ever do. And so I'm not always of that I'm going to take a risk mindset. I'm more of it's got to be calculated. I gotta see it in here first, and then I can execute it out.
Yeah.
An entrepreneur doesn't necessarily have to see the clean picture. They can just say, that sounds good. I'm going to use my network. I'm going to use my skill set to make it happen.
Yeah.
And so that's why I kind of am talking about, like, identifying what type of person you are. That's been something that I've been working on for probably 10 years now, is identifying like who you are, what you are. And you seem like you tap on both sides. You're I have a million ideas I can shoot at you. I'm not going to do it though, because I have a time to myself that I sit there and think about what I need to do, and I stay a little bit more calculated because of it.
100%. And new business ideas, yes. Ideas within the business, hell no, Aaron. I shoot everything to Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron, this is what I'm thinking about, this idea, blah, blah, blah. And I'll get a voice message, I'm like, oh, shit. when I get that voice message back, I know it's coming. It's some shit coming. She's either going to be like, okay, I like the idea. We can do it this way, but here, think about this. But yeah, so like within the businesses that we have, of course, my business partner, Benjamin Pratt, I bounce things off him as well. But usually the first person I go to with like an idea or an event or whatever it is Aaron, for sure.
Nice. Yeah. Do y'all practice anything in y'all's team of like team meetings? And I'm only saying because I'm a big believer in the book Traction. I'm not necessarily buy into their whole thing that they preach, but they have certain structures in there where, like, for an example, the business that I'm a part of, we visit every Tuesday, and we basically go over all the issues in the company. We go over our what we call scorecard metrics, which is basically all of our financials, all of our AR, AP, all of our goals that we have. Like if you said, I wanted to sell 20 bottles of that wine, and at the end of the week, whoever's in charge manager, Daniel, I think you said his name is,
Pastiche.
and he didn't hit that, that's an issue. It's not necessarily you didn't sell those 20 bottles. It's, I'm going to talk about this issue because we're not hitting our goals. Do y'all have anything like that set up or anything of that mindset?
Shout out to Calvin McGee again. I cannot stress how lost I would be without Calvin. It's crazy to say, but it's real.
Yeah.
He keeps all of us in line.
Beautiful.
Every single one of us. Every morning I wake up, because I don't do calendars, I don't do all that shit, but I go off the vibe. I might have 5 meetings in one day, and I promise you, I couldn't tell you what time any of them are until I read Calvin's text, like, hey, bro, just reminding you, today you got toast at blah, 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 and open at blah, 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 and whatever it is. I'm like, okay, bet. But yeah, Calvin, so he runs our staff meetings every Monday. He runs them, and he keeps, like I said, everybody in line, bro. It's God sent. I'm telling you.
Yeah, in the Traction world, they have basically they call like what I'm imagining you in that C is a visionary. Like that visionary, if he comes down into the world of like all the execution or the production of everything, you'll kill it. You'll basically ruin it all. And the reason is because, like I said, you're moving at 1,000,000 miles a minute, and also you may not be tapped into some of the stresses of the day, right? Like, man, you want me to do this, but you didn't know this person called in, so I'm over here trying to do 2 jobs at once, but you're down my back about something else. And so that's why a visionary, it's hard for them to always come back down, but you have to have next is like basically an executioner underneath you. And it sounds like you have Calvin. You got a couple of them.
That's what I said. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I just hope it means that I did something right in the past. That's all I hope, bro, because team is crazy. It's crazy.
It sounds like it. I mean, the praise you've given them is beautiful, man, honestly. And I know Aaron probably feels good hearing it. She probably hears it a lot.
I send Aaron.
I try to tell him praise all the time. He's like,
I'm not hearing that shit. I'll be sending Aaron a random text message, just letting her know like how fucking dope like she is and how impactful she is.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You just can never tell people enough, especially people who just, man, she needs to hear it every day. And I don't know if she does or not, but I know that I'm gonna tell you at least once a week.
It means something, man. It does. Like, to see that, like, if you work for somebody, man, and they like appreciate you on a whole nother level, even without you seeing it, like that means something. It's like, all right, I appreciate you noticing that I'm doing things for you or doing things for this cause when I don't need my praise, but the fact that you notice it and you appreciate it, that's gonna make my day that much better. My hour, I'm about to be more productive. Whatever it is, it's going to have a positive influence on you. And it's something so small that people don't even realize as a business owner or entrepreneur. Just do that little thing, man. It goes a long way.
Yeah.
It's hard to say I'm humble is not humble, right?
Yeah.
But when you come from like the mindset that I have, it's just hard for me to believe sometimes that what I tell somebody can be taken such. Like how you said, like you appreciate hearing like, man, he said that. In my mind, I'm like, man, she don't give a damn what I say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't give a fuck what I say.
I get that.
You know, so I just say it because I want to say it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people need to hear things at certain times, and when I feel like they need to hear them, I tell them.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like you're more, like I said, you work off of vibe. You don't necessarily work off of like an agenda or I was trained in this aspect of leading and things like that. And so that's a good way to have it because, you know, me, I was more so kind of thrown to the wolves, had to lead at a young age a bunch of guys way older than me and didn't really know how to navigate that. And so when I learned very militant. Mm-hmm. And so what killed some of my growth was the empathy side of it. And as I'm older now and my wife helps me with this side of things, you start to understand you've got to tap into such a vast bag of what's their love language, what's the way that they operate, what's this and that. Like, and so it means so much. Like you said, words of affirmation may be one that she's on. You know, for yourself, it may be, you know, gift giving or anything like that. And so it's learning and understanding all those things as a leader is huge. And it sounds like you do that, but in tidbits of your own specific way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, that's impressive, man.
I love language shit crazy. For sure.
Yeah, man.
I did have one thing I want to circle back if you don't mind.
Yeah,
you said when you speak something, it's gonna happen.
Every single time.
So I love that. Is that something about like you manifesting and like if it's anything to do with that, or then like when you say you think about it before you speak it because you know it's gonna happen? Is there like a checks and balances kind of like checklist of like you go through this, and this, and it's like, all right, now I know I can say it because it's definitely gonna happen. Is there like a thing with that?
Yeah. So when like I said, my mind goes a million miles a second, a million, all day I'm thinking about all kind of shit, bro, all kind of stuff. And of course you have to realize and think to yourself, like, what's realistic? And that's what do I have time for? What do I have the team for? And what do I have the finances for? And if I don't have all three, I'm not 2 for 3, 1 for 3. If I'm not 100%, if I don't have all three of those things, it's not happening. And so even just recently, my boy Andres and Akash from Safe House, we talked about starting some type of like clothing line. But I know I don't have it in me right now. So I reached out to Aaron. I was like, Aaron, I know this is Aaron Lane.
I saw that. I was gonna say, that hers?
Yeah, this is Aaron. I'm wearing Aaron Lane. Listen, it's not out yet, but we're gonna make that happen. But yeah, so I reached out to Aaron like, hey man, I know you like fashion. I know you like this, bro. Is this something you would like to help out with or be a part of? And she was like, hell yeah, just not right now. So, when she said that, automatically off the books because I don't want anybody else to do it. I want Aaron to do it.
It's the one you trust.
When Aaron is ready to do it, then we'll do it. But for now, we're not. So that's an example of me not having all three things checked out. So I go through my head. If I don't have those three things, it's over, and I won't speak it. I won't do it because, like I said, I know myself, and when I put something out there, I'm gonna do it.
So do you keep it in your mind? Like, say for instance, this Aaron Lane thing. Right now, y'all, 2 out of 3, you don't got the time right now.
This is
right?
Aaron Lane is Aaron. This is her thing. Yeah,
so y'all don't got the time right now.
So Aaron Lane is her clothing
you.
brand. Me and my partner, me and Akash and Andres, we're trying to do something else.
Gotcha.
And I don't have the time right now. I don't have the time, the capacity. I don't have mentals, nothing right now.
So do you just keep that in like you keep that tucked away?
Put it on the vision board.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's draw.
So it's
draw out shirts, draw designs, draw pants, and what I want my next golf fit to look like. Just draw all that stuff out and keep it in the book. And then when I do have the time, I'll know it. And when I have the time, it's game time.
No, that's a good one for sure. Yeah. I think that's one thing I've always told Devon, that like manifestation is real. Whether the people, I have a hard time understanding that. I had a hard time understanding that for a while. I tell everybody that I truly believe in it. And there's certain things that I know I manifested truly. Like I told my wife, like, I'm going to marry you. And the first child that we have is going to be a boy. And I told her, like, I was the last Miller in my lineage. So I needed a boy, but I know I'm going to have one. Yeah. Sure enough, first kid was a boy. Second one was a girl. Beautiful. And so there's things like that I've manifested, and just like, not not to sound egotistical in the slightest, but I told my wife, like, I'm gonna make
Pop your shit, man.
I'm gonna make a certain amount of money by a certain amount of age, and without a college degree. Sure enough, like I'm here. Yeah, and so it's a beautiful thing to like manifest and talk about and talk out loud and feel confident when you do it. And so manifestation is a huge thing. I tell you that all the time,
for
Devin,
sure.
like, bro. And it is like you said, be careful the way you talk to yourself internally. Be careful about the way you talk to yourself or everyone else around you out into the world, because they might not be hearing it, but somebody else is.
Be nice to yourself. Be nice to yourself 24/7, man. You got to be nice to yourself.
That's a tough one, man. A lot of people, especially me, I'm stupid
Do
critical.
you struggle with that at all? Or?
Being nice to myself?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
I don't.
That's good,
But
bro.
It's just, man, I don't know, bro. Everything I've ever wanted, I got.
yeah.
I don't want anything else.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm solid.
Beautiful.
Nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So what do I have to be mad at myself about it? Like, I got a great group of friends, bro. I'm straight.
Yeah.
My family's straight, knock on wood. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a mansion. I don't need a lot, bro. My grandma told me, take what you need, give
I was
the
just
rest.
about to say,
I'm straight.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing about coming from humble beginnings, honestly. And people don't realize when you speak on humble beginnings, it can be a lot of tribulation through that. And that's one thing that you've been mentioning throughout the podcast is your mom losing her, and you said May 8th,
Yeah, May 2018.
2018. And that's hard. A lot of people I can't resonate with that, but somebody like in my life, my wife, she lost her mom, her dad, and her brother in 3 years back to back to back. And so it's one of those things where I'm living through her and seeing and her sister and seeing and understanding, like, dude, it rocks the entire family. But not only that, you're losing like your anchors, And so speak on what that shift did for you. You, on a positive way, you already said it got you closer to your dad, but like, what was life like after that? You said you were kind of in the military at the time, and so
of course, like I said, it got me closer to my family for sure. But so my mom, she battled with breast cancer for a while. She ended up beating breast cancer, and then it came back, and then it metastasized, went to her lungs, liver, and then it was pretty short after that. But like, it was so. I've always had the mindset of like, take what you need and give the rest. That's always been me my whole life. But I was cool with like just doing what I need to do to get by. My mom, when she was sick, I never forget sitting in the doctor's office, and the doctor was basically like, there's not much we can do. It's growing at a rate that we can't stop it. You can keep doing chemo and keep fighting, but that's only gonna ruin,
deteriorate your body.
you.
Yeah.
Like, whatever time you have left, it's gonna make it miserable. So it was like, you can get off chemo and just live your life, or you can stay on chemo and you can exist. But I never forget being in the office, sitting on the bed, my mom, and she just started bawling out, crying. She was like, I don't want to just exist. You know what I'm saying? So when she said that was the cue to take her off chemo. You know what I'm saying? She wants to live. So ever since then, my mindset has been, bro, I don't give a bro. If I'm just gonna live, send me to my mama.
Yeah.
Bro, I've lost a lot of people in the last 10 years, probably over 10 people close to me. If I'm just gonna be here, just living, bro, just waking up, going through like you were talking about earlier, going to work, going to sleep, bro, send me to my mama.
Yeah.
Let me go kick with my mama for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I will not live, bro. I will not exist. I'm going to live, bro.
Yeah.
So from then it was like, okay, how do I live? And me being who I am, how do I make everybody else around me live too? And from there, it was, all right, it's time to get to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of...
That's dope. Yeah.
That's very impressive. Can I ask what age that was for you?
2000, it's probably 2017. So what's that? 7 years ago? I was 25, 26.
Super moldable age.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's impressive at that age.
Yeah, definitely.
So
That pushes so many things. Like I said, it's crazy.
it's just so, if you sit down and have a conversation with the people around you and just talk to them, you'll realize that there's so much more they want to do.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's so many more places they want to go to. So many more things they want to buy themselves. So many more whatever experiences. And 98% of them will never do what it takes to get there. but it's because they weren't born with that capacity.
Yep.
It is what it is. So when you are born with that capacity, there's no way you can sit back and just allow them to not do those things they want to do.
Yeah.
So, like, my sister got me fucked up. She wants to go anywhere. Like, she's done working. My sister's done working in the next 2 years. She has two girls. She wakes up, sends them to school, whatever it is, and then she's at home. Like, she's no more. Like, you're going to do the shit you want to do in daytime, get them girls back, and y'all going to do what y'all want to do. Like, there's no more of this waking up, going to work, and just, like, this existing shit is dead,
right.
bro.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah.
No mas. Like, any of my friends, like, I am going to open up a tap rack in, well, not I am, that's crazy. Me and my business partner, Benjamin Pratt, and a lot to him because he's crazy with this hustle shit.
Yeah.
We're going to open up tap racks across the nation.
Beautiful.
Our friends will have percentages in every single one of them tap racks. My friends are done working in the next 2 to 3 years.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They're done doing things they don't want to do. They can work, they can do whatever. What they don't want to do, they're done doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we're no longer existing. And that's on my soul.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Talk that talk, man.
I respect the hell out of that.
No, I mean, that's
for real.
everything me and you talk about
Yeah.
for sure. It's just like, it's so, it's more exhausting to grind that out and work like we work
And exist every day.
and exist. And
Bro,
so
it's hard.
like, I think the thing that's going to shake you, I mean, hopefully one day you want kids. That's something that I didn't ask you.
Yeah.
But I think that's another thing that a lot of people don't understand is what the fire you have now is only this big. When you have children, it's going to be through the roof, bro.
Nuts, bro. I can't wait. I can't wait for real.
It's a beautiful thing, man. Like I always say, I got 2 kids under 2 of the age of 2. It's wild right now, but it's just the
God,
little
so crazy.
Oh yeah. They come over for a little brainstorm session. They
yeah.
just hear they hear my kids
man.
going crazy.
It's beautiful though, man. I want it. I do.
Well, for
I
sure.
want it.
Need
man.
it.
Yeah.
Need that.
In time, bro. I pray anybody that has a plan of getting it. I tell them like I can't wait to see it because it just changes you. It changes you. Like I said, I got a little bit in trouble from my wife for saying this. I said it's a minor setback, but I said I meant to say in a man's perspective, it is a minor setback because you have to recalculate and re-understand yourself and how you apply yourself to the time you're spending working, the time you're spending with your wife, the time you're spending with your children, and so it's a beautiful thing. But it is one of those settings where it's like, man, is this even real? Like, how did I get?
Bro, congratulations.
Hey, I
on
appreciate
for
that,
sure.
man.
You
I
have
appreciate
2
that.
kids.
Yeah.
You're barely 30 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, that's super. Like, you are the head of your household. You're taking care of 3
man.
people.
Try to.
Bro, congratulations.
And I promise you it would not be anywhere near it would be without my wife.
Oh, for sure.
I've been with my wife since 20. So, yeah.
I've been. Hey, Miss Ma'am, that wasn't a downplay you. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah. I've been with my wife. We've been together since we were 20. So, 2012, and we're still kicking, man. We got an anniversary coming up where we are
Forever kicking, man.
Yeah, that's what we say. We're forever soulmates, forever best friends. It's a beautiful thing. For
Love
sure.
to hear, bro.
For sure. You same thing for Devon.
Not no kids yet. I think that this is the year we talking about where we're gonna have kids this year.
Get to it. What y'all waiting on?
We got a couple more trips planned. Like what our thing was, we paused having kids. We wanted to buy a house first, and then we wanted to see the world as much as we could before. So we've kind of done a lot of traveling outside, international as well. And then this year we're looking at definitely having a kid. And like I said, I when I go over to little Nick's brainstorming sessions, man,
Y'all not drinking enough wine. That's what it is.
Pull up the pastiche one time.
Y'all drink more wine. Them kids on the way. They on the way.
yeah, no, you know, but it'll happen this year for sure.
Hey,
It'll
bro,
definitely
hey,
happen. But yeah,
talk
we've been
that talk,
together.
big dog. It's a beautiful thing, man. It really is. Talk to me about Tap Rack Social. Talk to me about the experience that our listeners and audience can, what they can experience there.
Okay.
What's that
Tap
look
Rack
like?
Social is the first simulated golf range and gun range in the world.
What brought those two elements together? Because those are vastly different.
Yeah.
What made you say, or what made you and your team come together and say, this is something that I think people would enjoy? Because I know personally, I'm looking forward to it. I shoot gun. I'm an active gun shooter, and like I said, I'm into golf. So
my business partner Benjamin Pratt, H.E.L.P, military, heavy military background.
Yeah.
He's the one over there overseas saving people doing wild shit.
nice.
So that's him. He loves shooting guns. Heavy, like he's super intelligent on all different kind of artillery. I have no idea about none of that.
Right.
But he was already planning this, and it's crazy because I had a Project H.E.L.P event at my house in like 2020, maybe 21, and he was telling me about his idea for Tap Rack in my backyard, and I was like, man, that shit dope as hell.
Yeah.
At the time, I had no idea I was going to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say about in 2022, the end of 2022, I was like, man, you know what? Like, I need to start living in my purpose. I want to teach and give the opportunity to little kids that look like me.
Yes, sir.
To golf.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
When I was in high school, I didn't know we had a golf team.
Me neither, bro.
I had no idea. Only thing I knew about golf was Tiger Woods.
Yep.
Nothing
Yes,
else.
sir.
So, and that's how a lot of it is when you come from around like
Yep.
those kind of places.
Around
All you
the
know
way.
is
Yes,
if
sir.
If it ain't basketball or football,
You
or
don't know about it.
nothing. So all we have, only options we have are basketball and football, or you can go and with the people who took the other route.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff. But that's what I want to do, man. I wanted to bring golf to Converse. I wanted to build a community center in Converse, which I'm going to do. I've put that in the world. I'm going to put a community center in Converse. But I just wanted to give the opportunity. And I was telling Ben, I was like, hey, man, this is my idea. I want to open a nonprofit that teaches them how to do this. And he was like, all right, bro, well, cool. That's cool and all. But how you going to make money? And I was like, I'm not worried about that shit. I don't know about that shit. He was like, no, that's not how this works.
Right.
You gotta-
Right.
you
One has to
gotta-
come before the other.
Yeah, you got to make money.
Yeah.
And he was like, I love your idea. I want to help you with it, but we're going to make money. Like this, we're going to make a for-profit business, and then we'll make money and then start another nonprofit.
Yeah.
So I called him like, hey, bro, can you give me some advice on this? Because this is simulation golf is the same as simulation shooting. It's just different sports.
Yep.
And he was like, yeah, bro, I'll help you out for sure. Like, just give me a call back later on. We were both at work. We hung up the phone. He called me back 5 minutes later and was like, hey, man, what about this? What if we did it together? And I was like, bro, I'm sold. Done deal. And that was, I think, in like October of 2022. And ever since then, we've been rocking. Like,
Yeah.
So that's how Tap Rack Social was birthed. Like, that's how it got its birth. Yeah.
Nice. So how many simulators each do you have at this current location?
So the current location is 7 shooting simulators, 2 golf simulators.
Oh man, that thing's
Full bar.
that thing's
6,000 square
big.
feet.
Yeah, that's a
6,000
big
nice.
facility, bro.
So we thought it was big until we started putting bays in it, and then
That
space
is true,
started
yeah,
disappearing.
yeah.
Like, God damn. Yeah. So
That is true. That golf one, man, that one's gonna be packed, especially the location that you're at. It's gonna go crazy.
Yeah,
You're gonna run out of people. Are gonna get upset because it's gonna be
sure.
space
Absolutely.
limited.
Absolutely, and that's when the expansion comes. So
That is beautiful,
yeah,
bro.
we want that, and as soon as we get that, we're gonna plan for that and then move forward off of that. So
You said this was the first
in the world,
of a simulation golf and simulation shooting.
yeah. So and that's kind of like a technicality, right? Because
Yeah.
there's simulation shooting all over the place.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
to combine it,
simulation golf all over the place.
Yes,
and there's
yeah.
a place abroad that does simulation shooting. So they've already existed.
right?
We're just combining it. So that's how we get our first ever. It's in play on words, whatever it is, but still cool. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
No, it's
talking.
hella dope to me,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And the fact that it's a bar in one place, everybody's gonna be there, bro. Everybody's gonna be there.
It's crazy. And the full pizzeria,
Okay.
Oh,
bro, it's crazy. we were just leaving here. We just got here from there. We had our first like little safe house event I told you earlier.
Yes, sir.
And it was just seeing the way it flowed. It was just
Everybody was having a good time. Everything was moving the way it needed to.
crazy.
Man, I can't wait to see this thing. We're definitely gonna do it. Me and my wife are definitely gonna do a date night up there.
We gotta-
And I'm gonna get pissed because she probably gonna beat my ass at
gonna
this
get on
shooting
your
simulator. She done. We went axe throwing and she whooped my ass at that. So it's like everything we do, she kills me at. So
Yeah, we have another soft opening tomorrow. I'll let y'all know.
for sure.
Actually, this is not gonna come out by tomorrow, right? So it's at tomorrow 4 to 8 if y'all want
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Tap Rack Social, put it in your Apple Maps, pop it right up, come on
sure.
over.
Bro, I'm right around the way off 1604. So it's nothing.
Pull up.
But man, Alex, we'll let you get out of here, bro. I appreciate the time you gave us for real. You're a very
appreciate y'all.
inspirational person, man. I learned a lot from today. I actually got fired up more than anything.
yeah.
Here, bro.
I have like a million more questions, but I know.
Go ahead,
No,
if
no,
you-
I know you guys.
Hey, man, watch this.
This is there, like,
Hey, watch this.
Yeah, let him finish that. Go ahead, get
Hey,
it
watch
off.
this. Get your questions out, my boy.
not doing that. Okay. When you said you've always been an entrepreneur, like, were you born with this? Was
Well,
like,
I'm sorry. You want? Yeah, pull it up.
I'll kill this.
Yeah, kill it, bro. So this true story. First grade. I don't know how old I was in the first grade, but first grade, there was a kid who his mom always gave him golden dollars, like the little coins, golden dollars for lunch. My mama gave me 50 cents. Like, that's what you need. You can get your little ice cream, go about your business. Well, the ice cream cost 50 cents. She gave me just enough for that. His mom gave him a golden dollar. In the first grade, I guess he didn't realize he had more money than me. So I was like, hey, bro, this is first grade. Like, hey, man, listen, I don't even like ice cream. I got 50 cents. Just give me your coin and we're good. And I was stacking golden dollars in my house, like in my drawer. My mom found it one day. She found like 12 gold. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? And where did you get these from? I told her the story thinking she was going to be proud of me. She
Whoop that
whooped
ass.
my
Yeah, whoop that ass. Yeah.
Whoop my ass. Like, I ain't never had a whooping like that before. Like, you are a con man. And I was like, how can, we're the same age? Yeah. Because he don't know what he was getting. You know what I'm saying? But I was trading him so he can get his ice cream because he had enough money, right? I gave him 2 coins.
Yeah.
So since then, I was getting it. And of course, everybody has like their lawn mowing.
Yeah.
Bro, I was, the box of chocolates you get to sell, they were $1, right? I was selling my shit for $2.
So it's fair to like say that you see the value in things. Like when you see things, you don't just see it as what it is. You see it's what it could be.
Oh, for sure.
That's how when you say you 10 steps ahead.
10 steps ahead, Wiz Khalifa. Yeah, for sure. I was selling mine for $2 and keeping that $1.
That's
to the crib. That's mine.
But it's cool to see because like you said, not everybody thinks like that. It's some people just see it as what it is and they just go about their day and like you're thinking about how do I make this better.
Bro, I'm telling you, entrepreneurs have a crazy mind.
You just think a whole different level of brain.
It's crooked. It's pretty crooked. It can get crooked. Like that's what I was doing was crooked. Like,
no, but at that age, everybody has some stuff in their bag that they done some sketchy stuff too. So don't feel guilty about that for sure. Yeah, that was when everybody was hustling Pokemon cards, all that kind of crazy stuff. So
that's how me and Terrence became best friends, man. That's how me and Terrence became best friends.
So
Pokemon cards is crazy.
No, yeah, dog. There's a lot of ways to con the kids that didn't know what they was getting into.
So,
but no, What else you got for them?
No, so I just kind of like the entrepreneurship. That was cool. And what was the first business you opened up?
So the very first business I ever opened up was. It was called 6 Tight. It's my Instagram handle to this day. So I have 6 plus me is 7, but I have 6 close friends. So I just started a company called 6 Tight, and that was like in 2017. But it's because this is gonna sound, it might sound corny and cliche, but if you know me, you know it's facts. I always known I was gonna get it, dog. I always known I was.
You always had that energy, especially in school. I promise you.
I always knew I was gonna get it. So I was like, man, I'm gonna start this company and I'm gonna put all my boys on it, give them all 10%. So 6 Tight was just me and 6 of my tightest friends. 6 Tight started the company, gave them all 10%, and I was like, man, no matter what I do, they always gonna have 10% of something because I know I'm gonna get it. So that was my first company ever, and it was actually a cleaning company. And then that's real heroic, right? Until I'm in the house cleaning shit myself. Right. Giving them 10% of shit. So. Of course, I dissolved that, started a different one, but that was my first one. It was like a heroic, give all my partners something dead. Damn all that. Love y'all, but damn all that. Yeah.
There's lessons to be learned for sure.
Cleaning toilets and they're like,
no, but it's those humble beginnings that made you where you're at. For sure.
Then the ability to pivot and not have fear of like failure again. That's a huge one, bro. That's a huge one.
I'll never forget the story. So I started a cleaning company. I'll never forget when I was in basketball in school, and I hate talking about it because I don't, like, the word popular is weird as hell when you're old. But in high school, I was popular, right? And of course, there are people who aren't as popular, whatever it is. It's just weird to talk about. But
just social statement.
So it was a guy who was in school with me. He had a beautiful family, wife, couple kids, all that. He hired me to clean his house. And typically, when you clean somebody's house, what happens? I mean, when you hire somebody, what do? Get the fuck out of it. Like, you leave. Right, yeah. Or you go to a room or something. Yeah. No bullshit. It was almost like he was doing this to like
flex.
To flex. Yeah. So he hired me and had me clean his house, and him and his whole family moved to every room I was in. Wild. Every room I was in, they were just in there watching me on some weird shit.
Wild.
And bro, it was just the weirdest shit I had ever experienced. Yeah. But it was so humbling to me, you know what I'm saying? And damn, I lost my train of thought again. That's why I whooped my ass.
No, you're good, bro. I'm the same. So Paul always gives me a hard time because I'm the
Losing my
same
train
way,
of
bro.
thought, yeah,
There's situations where you're in the middle of something, and someone will come across on negative energy or on some a wave of just being
Weirdo shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I tell Devin all the time, bro, I bank that. Like you can call me Petty Betty or whatever you want to call me, bro.
Facts. We know
But-
why. Yeah.
But bro, I promise you, like it's locked in
Oh,
back
yeah,
there
for
of just
sure.
like, oh, I see what you
Watch
want
this.
and
Cool.
watch what I'm about to do to you.
Sure.
Like I
Appreciate
promise
that.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Humble for sure.
I'm gonna give 2 more questions. I
You
promise.
good, big dog?
Bro, you good.
What would you give your 18-year-old self right now? Just like knowing what you know
great
now. Like
question.
if you could speed up the process. I don't want to say speed up because everything. I feel like I don't know if you believe in God, not God, whatever. I think everything has a timing. Like everything comes at when it's supposed to happen. But if you could give yourself one thing to like, all right, this would have helped so much more. What would be that one advice?
Therapy.
Therapy. Okay.
Man, I hate that sounds cliche. I'm sorry, but therapy.
Okay.
Like how to lean in on love for real. How to really feel and understand what love means to receive and to give.
Yeah.
Like that's what I would tell my 18-year-old self. Go to therapy and learn how to love and how to receive it. Like that's easily the biggest thing because love changed my life without a doubt.
That's beautiful.
Without a doubt.
That's crazy.
I like that.
I like you said, I'm a religious person, but I tell everybody like, your beliefs are your beliefs. But I think the one thing that the higher power believes in and that he's trying to teach all of us on this rock that we're stuck on is you just got to find love and you got to learn how to institute love. It's about love first in this world.
I swear to
If
God.
you walk out the door with a lens of love, even if I'm not the most like people like Paul will tell you when I walk around, it's one of those things like they think I'm stone faced, I'm an asshole, whatever. But I promise you, I do my best to walk around with a lens of love. It may be tough love, but it's gonna be some love for
is
sure.
love.
For sure.
Yeah.
Love is love.
So no, yeah, love is a beautiful one for sure.
All you need. It's crazy. Love changed my life without a doubt.
Really? Okay.
So do you do therapy now?
So I was in therapy for all of 2023, and I just stopped probably like 2 or 3 months ago, only because I'm so freaking busy, and it's probably the most time where I need it the most.
Yeah.
I went therapy for a specific thing, and I really think I walked away with that, like with what I needed.
Good.
And anybody who's like an avid therapy person, they're gonna be like, "Well, you still need to keep going," and you're right, I do need to keep going, but I did take a little break. For everything we got going on, but yeah, changed my life.
Beautiful.
Really? Okay. Are you comfortable speaking on any reason why you went to therapy? Like,
Yeah. So yeah. It was just so I feel like black men, like it's rough. Like growing up is rough. Growing up African American, it's just rough. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And especially where you come from, you're a product of your own environment. And we have a very hard time expressing emotion. And that's with family members, friends, anything. We have a very hard time doing that. And when you don't do that, you build up so much inside of you, and then you become a person that you don't think you are. Because in your mind, you're still who you know you are,
yeah.
but you don't portray that. You don't give that to the world. You're cold on the outside, but you don't know that because in your mind, you're like, man, I'm this person still.
Yeah.
And I was ruining a lot of relationship with women, like for sure, because you couldn't pay me to open up to a woman. You couldn't pay me to be vulnerable. You couldn't pay me to be any of that shit because where we come from, it's like if you open up and you're vulnerable, it's
Sign of weakness. Yeah, sign of weakness.
We
Yep.
soft.
Sometimes it gets
all that kind of
weaponized
shit.
against you. Yeah.
Every
I know what
single,
you
bro,
mean.
a
Yeah.
lot of the time. And what I love now is, bro, I'm so, bro, I so much don't give a damn anymore. Bro, because I know now, and this is no ego or cocky, no shit like that. I know some people look at me a certain type of way, and because I know that, bro, I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm soft.
Yeah.
I'll be goofy, soft, sweet, anything.
Yeah.
I don't care about none of that shit, and that's just like I don't know, like it's hard to be who you really want to be. I've ruined so many relationships trying to be somebody else.
Yeah.
Even down to sexual intercourse with women.
Yep.
Like doing things just because I think that shit is cool, but I really went through a dark period in my life where it's like, bro, that's not you.
That's not who you are.
It's not you at all. Like you're doing this and that because everybody else says it's cool because she's cold and you want to impress everybody because you did that with her, but that's not who I am. And I've heard a lot of women down the line being somebody who I'm not. But I went through, I think a couple of years ago, I texted like 8 people who I had, and this is dudes who I've back in the day, you stole the girlfriend, whatever it is, and girls who are broken their heart, I just apologize.
Yeah.
People I haven't talked to in decades, apologize. You know what I'm saying? I went through a dark space just because of who I used to be and because of how I know I made people feel back in the day. People who probably didn't give a fuck anymore.
No,
I just
but
need
you
to get
needed
it off my
that.
chest,
Yeah,
you know
you
what
needed
I'm
that.
saying? I needed that shit.
That's good.
So
it goes by that saying, just hurt people,
bro, oh my God.
I don't mean to be like, but
Facts.
like,
No, you're not wrong.
it's just what it is. You know?
Facts, bro.
Like the therapy helps you heal. You understand who you are a little bit better on the inside. But if you don't do that, you just hurt people, and you just we all out here doing that right now in this world.
Well, I heard so many good women. I'm single. At 32, I'm saying I was engaged. They broke it off. But I'm 32, single with no kids. And I know what I want in life, family, for sure. And I've hurt so many women behind just being hurt myself. It's hard to look back and be like, man, you stupid ass. You couldn't just get past yourself. You'd have a good option. Plenty of good women you've messed it up with, you know what I'm saying? So that was the big catalyst. I got to get my ass in therapy because I cannot ruin another relationship.
But it takes a lot, like as a man for yourself. I don't know the whole African American growing up stuff, but I can understand or try to sympathize with y'all a little bit on it. But
listeners, thank you, African Americans.
That's facts.
So yeah, but I'm not. So it's like I don't want to pretend I can listen to that shoes, but to understand that you're able to at least acknowledge that at any point in your life and address that, there's big kudos to that because, like I said, I think that's the big difference between how people are in this world and not. Is like, are you going to work on that inner self first to make sure that your outer light can shine out to this world like what it looked like you're doing? And like, I like that, man. It's just impressive that you do that.
For sure. That's what I was just going back to, like that ego thing that I was telling you about, bro. Like one of the biggest things that changed my life. I have yet to do therapy. I know I need it. I know a lot of individuals need it. Almost probably everybody could benefit from it for sure. And so, but the biggest thing that changed my life was the book by Ryan Holiday called Ego is the Enemy. Man, that like just identifying, like I said, the ego and realizing that everybody has one. Everybody's going to be able to affect it either way. But like he can trigger my ego one way. You can trigger it another way. Aaron can do something to trigger my ego another way. But in understanding all that and navigating those things, it's completely different. So yeah, man, therapy is
huge,
game changer, bro. Game changer for sure.
Huge.
Hey, Paul, you got any questions for Alex?
I know throughout the podcast you talked about the kind of struggles you face trying to get to the man you are today. What would you say to someone who might be coming out of college or maybe just graduating high school right now on their journey to trying to be an entrepreneur?
Man, I would say first, isolate yourself. I would say isolate yourself and lean into who you are as a person. First and foremost, coming out of college, you probably got a bunch of college friends, and little do you know, y'all all about to go a separate direction. And no matter how close y'all are going to hit y'all's own life. Somebody's going to get somebody pregnant and be locked up over there. Somebody's going to start a business. Somebody's going to move to Virginia to do whatever. Like, isolate yourself and learn who you are, like, in a real way. And then I would just say, lean in on faith in yourself, that you can get whatever it is you want out of this lifetime. Because like entrepreneurship is tough, but we all have it in us to a certain degree.
No doubt.
And once you realize, so there's a book by Dean Graziosi called Millionaire Success Habits. In this book, he talks about your 7 whys. So you got to go like 7 whys deep as to why you want what you want. Like when you learn what you want, bro, everything becomes it's crystal clear. So somebody coming out of college, bro, I would literally just say, isolate yourself, find out who you are, and then find out what you really want. And not what everybody else wants, not what the internet's telling you to be, not what your peers telling you to be, what you want to be, and be patient with it. And then find a team and attack it.
The team is clutch.
Really,
That team is beautiful. And a little insight on our man Paul back here. So that's a great question for him. He's recently graduated. He's a lot younger than us. That's a young bull right there. Yeah. He doesn't know it, but he is. He's recently graduated. Super young cat.
Where? What you graduate with?
UTSA, got a bachelor's in business management.
Talk to him, Paul.
That's
Talk
what's
to
up.
him.
So, congratulations.
He's cut from a different cloth from this generation, honestly. I try to give him kudos all the time. He ain't trying to hear it, but he's cut from a different cloth. That boy right there was raised from some good parents. His bag is deep right there. I promise you.
Hey, that's what's up, man. UTSA, hey, shout out Road Runners.
Yeah, facts. But like I said, hey, Devin, you got anything left on?
I'm good, man. I'm gonna need a part 2 eventually.
Hey, bro, we can
So,
check out the Tap House tomorrow.
oh man, pull up.
no
4
doubt.
o'clock,
Yeah.
4
So
o'clock.
all of our audience out there, Tap Rack Social, Pastiche, all owned and ran successfully by Alex Lewis and his team and his business partners. You know, he's doing great things out here for the community with his Project Help. Hopefully coming back on.
Yeah, come soon.
and-
Soon. Hey, it's on Aaron. Everybody who listening, it's on Aaron. Whenever Aaron's ready to take on that load, we back.
Yeah, Aaron, we're gonna let you do your thing when it comes to.
Hey, y'all need to get Aaron on the episode. For
we
real.
can.
We
We
can,
definitely
absolutely will.
can.
I'm not bullshit.
No.
Hey,
Y'all need
We
to
get this.
Aaron.
Hey, honestly, we need to get this whole team on the episode.
Oh,
no doubt.
man,
Calvin.
for
Calvin
real.
sounds like a cat that
no,
needs.
like everybody
Calvin,
needs to subscribe.
man, Aaron, Daniel, Vanessa, plug. She's Jim at Tap Rack Social.
Yeah.
Amazing. Whole team, man. We need to.
We can make it happen.
We
bro.
will make it
We
happen.
can make it happen.
Like,
We've been.
we doing the
I've been-
manifesting right now. If we say we're gonna do something, we do it right now.
I've honestly been thinking about one thing I was going to try to do, but I don't know how. You know, we're new to this podcast game, but I would love to get one at like Pastiche or Tap Rack and just have a a rotating chair of just talking to your team, talking to your individual, something like that.
That's beautiful.
So like it's just to tap in and just like I said, this is about checking in. Hopefully this was something that opened your eyes up to just how important you can be to somebody like Aaron, somebody like me. Like I said, I hadn't talked to you since high school, so it's one of the
long
things
time,
like,
yeah,
man,
for
it's good to hear from you, good to see you, and like it's obviously you're doing big things out here, man.
Man, again, I appreciate y'all having me, bro. Like I said, I've never done anything like this before, so like it was super cool. Definitely opened my eyes, and I hope that Aaron and anybody else listens kind of got like a different side of me as well, and learned something about me. I think that's pretty cool
For sure.
But yeah, man, I would love to have my whole team out here, bro.
Definitely,
I'm telling
man.
you, between Ben's the most interesting man in the world, but he knows something about everything. Bro.
I love people like that.
How do you? What do you?
He just
what-
always knows something about something. It's like, how you know? I get it.
Bro, and it checks out every time. Like, what do you? How do you?
it's like a whole new situation
Bro,
pop
just-
up. Like, oh yeah, I've done that before. I know a little bit of that. It's like, what?
Japan, yeah, bro. I don't even. I'm about to get a headache thinking about how intelligent this dude is. But
We can
yeah,
make it
yeah,
happen, man.
we gotta
Definitely.
make
There's
sure
no
so.
doubt that we'll continue this path of running parallel with teams, man. This is something that we want to strengthen on our podcast. That's why it was an easy choice to have you on first. For sure.
I'm
Like I
glad
said,
you were first too. Like first.
Well, this is the first.
the
first interview,
guest,
like,
bro.
you are first
first
interview.
guest.
Shit, that's what's up. Hey,
Yeah.
man, I
Yeah, we
appreciate that. So,
I don't like.
so this is the 5th episode with the first guest.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Yes.
that's what's up. I appreciate
We
that.
went and like I think me and Nick been talking like he knew you for a minute. I didn't know you or anything, but
Yeah.
he had brought me. He's like, man, I really want. him
Yeah,
to be
I
my
said I
first-
want Alex
first
Lewis to be the first one on
And,
God.
and he
On
showed
God,
me
man.
you, and I was like, let's make it happen.
Man,
I was
that's
glad you
crazy,
came.
man. I
Bro, like I
appreciate
said,
that. So,
you
I
reach.
appreciate
You don't
that.
understand the impact that you bring to the city, bro. You really don't.
Hey man, stop. All right. It's over. We done. Hey, Aaron, wrap it up.
He out of wine. He said he done.
Yeah. Hey, the bottles is done. Yeah, he's about to visit Pastiche.
No, we're not doing that.
No, but I
man.
think a lot of people do have a lot of respect for you. I know personally, I didn't know you, and I have a lot of respect for what you're doing, what you like big thing with the helping of the Project Help and stuff like that,
Bro,
man. Like,
yeah.
like I said on on the one with the lottery, like I would help people with my lottery money. Like, I
Facts,
like the
bro.
thing that you do, so like I wouldn't mind coming out there, drinking some wine and making some sandwiches. Fuck it, I'll do that shit. You know,
telling you,
so
yeah.
I'm for real.
My wife was already saying we on deck, so yeah.
That's
Counting more people.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Again, I appreciate y'all having me for sure.
Hey, no doubt, man. So everybody out there, thank you. This is Alex Lewis, Tap Rack Social. Go check it out. Pastiche, go check it out. With that being said, Devin, you got anything left?
Follow us, dum dums.
Hey, I appreciate it. Love you guys in this room. Love everybody out there. Toodles.
Already.
Hey, man, appreciate that, man.
Appreciate it.